People are still like recovering from conventions and stuff like that that happened last week. So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and screen share. I do have a presentation prepared for y'all today. So let me go ahead and screen share it with you all real quick. And I actually don't have that tab open, so let me open that tab in my system real fast. And then now let me screen share. All right. So before we kind of dive in and I go through this, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of background on myself. So I've been in real estate for 25 years. I have been in the game of helping buyers and sellers really, most of my career. I entered in a leadership role about 5 years ago, but I decided to get back into the game of real estate just because I believe the best way to coach and train people is to actually do it yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of got out of the game a little bit. And one of the things that it was really important to me is I believe you just bring value. Real estate is a contact sport business. If you have relationships and you have a value proposition, you will win against everywhere else. I'm seeing a lot of agents get out of the business right now, which is devastating to me. And it's because they focus their entire career on a transaction versus a relationship. And so, what I want to talk to you guys today about is really focusing on the relationship. And Megan, I know that you're new to the area, but the way you make people feel is the way your business card is going to represent. So when you're working with someone, how they feel within that transaction of helping them is the way you're going to build your business. All right. And so one of the things that I like to do is just bring a ton of value. And so the reason that staging and design is so powerful in your business is it's a tangible asset that you can contribute that helps them maximize profit or saves them money, right? So
Mhm.
builders, I'm the in-house closeout team for a large national builder right now in Southwest Florida. And I'm going to go through some of the things that we do with them that has really helped them, which is helping us assume more opportunities within the company. So the first thing is you guys all know the platform. So one of the things that I love to explain to people is, listen, and you take this as your ownership. You say, I have my own in-house design team. And one of the benefits of having my own in-house design team is we have created a lot of designs for your clients. One of the things that we've created is an entire renovation solution within our platform. Within our platform, we can actually select anything from cost-effective, luxury, or mid. So if you're working with a small to medium-sized builder, many of them don't have their own in-house design team. And so this can be that resource for them, right? And then all of our design boards you can see here is we can actually take this design that you see right here and we can take that and we can render it directly into whatever you have for your floor plans, whatever it is, we can take that design and we can render it. So in that way the buyer gets the visual. The biggest problem that people have in construction is buyers have no vision, right? They make a selection, but they can't see it all together, which is one of the benefits and one of the solutions of having your own in-house design team. So for me, so explain it like that when you're talking with builders, okay? Let them know I have my own in-house design team. I have my entire construction renovation arm that has pre-done design boards specific for your buyers where they can choose price point. One of the other great things about partnering with you as an agent or staging design company is not only do we have the renovation solution, but we can also show them the furniture solution. So, depending on the price point of the construction that you're doing, we have non-luxury and we have luxury design boards. So, say for instance, you're doing a non-luxury. We've determined that you want to do a build out in the property of a transitional look, right? Well, the best part about us is you can then also go into the living room, you can select transitional, and you know that these designs that we've selected here are going to go with the transitional kitchen, transitional bath, right? We're making sure all of the designs have a cohesive look within the property, right? So you can let them know is not only can we show them the visual of what it would look like finished, but then now we can also show them the visual of what this would look like in the property with all the items finished. And then you let them know, listen, the best part about all of this is you can now promote as a builder. You have your own in-house design team just by hiring me as your real estate agent. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when I'm meeting with a builder that I'm showing you that I'm going to show you the builder presentation that I show them, okay? That I go through with them. So let me go back here. So what I let people know is I say, listen, when it comes to working with us, whenever you have a buyer that's coming in that wants to look at a property, we're going to do a 45-minute consultation. In that 45-minute consultation, we're going to understand what their design style is. You can use the platform. All you have to do is go into the platform to help a client pick out their design style. You go into the design boards, you go in, let's just go non-luxury, and you're going to go into living room, and you're not going to select a style, all right? You're just going to go ahead and do the load more, and you're going to scroll, and you're going to say to that buyer, let me know. I'm going to keep scrolling. Tell me a style that pops out that you fall in love with. Okay. So, Beth, when looking at this, what's something that you love?
Um,
What's a look that
modern,
resonates with you?
modern or coastal.
Okay. So, which design board? What's the name?
Let's go with coastal living room 5.
Okay. So, you really like the blues, right? You like that warm, cozy vibe to the property with
Hmm.
the lighter tone woods. Would that be is that what I'm getting?
Yes.
Perfect. So I've now determined Beth's design style. All right. So when you're working with that client, you easily can determine the style just by like that. We know that Beth is coastal. So we're going to go and we're going to choose coastal renovations. We're going to do coastal kitchen, coastal bathrooms, coastal, but she kind of said a little bit of modern. So then maybe we look if there's nothing coastal, maybe we go into modern and see if there's something that could be of interest to her. But Beth is not having to we're not having to recreate the wheel, right? These are all done for them. So you do that 45-minute consultation. You select the design boards, right? You can customize those boards if you want to. You can. And then once you determine the renovation boards that they want, kitchens or baths, then you go into the soft finishes, which are the bedrooms, the living rooms, the office and stuff like that. And then what I do is I take all of those design boards in that 45-minute consultation. I download them all out as PDFs. You guys know how to do that, right? So you're in the design board here. I just go in and when Beth said to me she liked that living room coastal look, I'm gonna take this design board right here and I'm just gonna download that. I'm gonna download that board so I have it as a PDF file, and I'm gonna take all of those boards and I'm gonna put it in a Google Drive. That Google Drive is basically the design of the entire house for that client. And you guys, I can do that in literally 45 minutes. Do you guys know of anyone that can design an entire house, renovations and furnishings in 45 minutes?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
So this is your very, very easy solution for them. Now, remember, I'm going to preface this. So you guys all know that we went AI, right? We went where you can start doing these renderings yourself now through ChatGPT, and you can get these renderings in seconds. So you can load the before, you can put the board in, and then the rendering spits out. Does the rendering spit out perfect? Not all the time, pretty close, but not all the time. If you need help, we can still help you with those renderings, okay? It's $45 for a renovation I mean a staging rendering, and $99 for a renovation rendering, but we have to do it, which is why it takes a lot of time. So if you know that and you want to, some people you can give them that option. Listen, here's what all these look like. If you would like for us to go ahead and simulate this in the house so that you can get visual perspective of what it looks like, here's the amount. So some agents will charge that buyer $1,000. Okay, do you know anywhere where you can, because what happens with us is when you submit a renovation or stage rendering to us, if anything is out of stock, we resource all of that product, give you new product, and we make sure everything's in stock when we do those renderings for you.
Can
Okay.
you repeat that? You said $45 for a staging rendering, so that would be like for other agents or for yourself?
That's what we charge. That so if you so you can do these renderings in ChatGPT by yourself. We don't
Mhm.
charge you anything. If you said, Heather, I don't want to use ChatGPT, I want to use Style to Design to do my renderings for me, we charge a fee because we have to do the work.
Mhm.
So that's $45 for a stage and 99 for a renovation. We deliver those images back to you within about 48 to 72 hours. Katie, you can chime in here because Katie manages that. And am I correct, Katie?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Okay, perfect. So Katie manages all of those orders for us with our design team, and we get those images back to you. I recommend you upcharging it because there's no designer in town that is going to do that renovation and a fully furnished of all the designs with everything in stock with click to purchase solutions for all your renovations and your home furnishings for that inexpensive. And so that's an easy way for you to turn a profit.
So I haven't done all the training yet, but my question is, so we get on these boards and you pick the board that you want.
Mm-hmm.
When you say rendering, do you mean like where you upload the picture of the client's space and put the stuff in it versus just this
So
view? Is
these
that
are
what you
rendered.
mean?
Yeah. So this is a kitchen, right?
Okay.
This is what it's done renovated, rendering.
Okay.
So we deliver these back to you. That person wanted green. Not a
Is there
fan.
programs that do it easy if we don't want to depend on Chat GPT?
ChatGPT is going to be the best. So you want to take ChatGPT, you will have to have the pro and you have to put it in thinking mode. When
Gotcha.
you do it in the thinking mode in the pro version, that gives you the best digital renderings right now. We've also taken years of training the bot ChatGPT on our design boards.
Hmm.
So these are what are called renderings. Okay. So most of these are done through ChatGPT. If you want us to do it, then there's a cost. Like I know, Katie, we have a handful of clients that every single week we can expect at least 3 to 4 orders from them because they're going on listing appointments, buy appointments, and they don't want to deal with it. They just want us to handle all of it for them.
Hmm.
Right. But it's,
So
but it's,
basically, do they need to just go and get the pictures and then they send it to you with the design board that they want, correct?
Depends on how you want to
Yes.
do it. But yes,
Okay.
when it comes to working with a builder, which is what we're doing today, usually we have an idea of what it looks like, and I'll show you what
Okay.
I do, that consultation with a buyer. And here's why I sit down and I spend 45 minutes with a buyer that's purchasing a new construction that maybe doesn't have a design team. What does every single buyer have to do when they're buying a new construction house?
Pick their finishes and
Yeah.
stuff.
Pick finishes, but what else do they have to do? They have to sell the house that they're in, usually.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if I'm showing them how much value I bring as an agent, do you think they're going to hire me on the sell side?
Yes,
Yeah.
if they don't
We
already
have
have
right
somebody else.
now, Mattamy Homes is the national builder that I work with. I have 4 listings that I've gotten in the last 3 weeks off of what I'm showing you guys here today. All of those people are buying through that builder, and we're doing this with them. Okay. So it's this about in that 45 minutes. What do you guys think I'm doing? Do you think I'm building a relationship with them?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm building that relationship with that client. I'm showing them value. I'm building a relationship. I said this is a contact sport. How you make people feel. You make them feel special. We're designing your new house. We're hand selecting the designs that appeal to you. Remember, a lot of people they don't even know where to begin. You're a solution to a huge problem for them.
Hmm.
So the first thing I do is I focus on hard finishes. Hard finishes means your kitchens and your bathrooms, right? And so when I look at hard finishes, this is where we go through and we determine what is their design style, what are the hard finishes they like, and that's when then you can pivot into soft finishes. So we're going to go over exterior elevation, and then I like to map it all out and show them all the designs to make sure they see a cohesive look that they love. So this client of mine, they wanted modern coastal. Do you think we accomplished that? These are
Yes.
all pre-done design boards within Style to Design. Not one of them are modified. I think it looks beautiful.
Mhm.
Now, this is luxury, so this is going to be, I think it's a $3 to $4 million property, but you have the exact same thing on the non-luxury side as well. And then what I do is I go in and I pull some of the floor plans and I take this and I'm going to share this with you guys as a template. So you have this so you can take it and modify it to your brand. But then what I do is I take the floor plan and I take from the design board and I integrate some of the specific details for them on this. Now, this is what I do, what I show when I'm going on to win a builder opportunity, I'll take this extra step. I'm not doing this with their clients. I do this when it goes to winning the builder over. Because the builder is going, I've met with builders where they're like, "Oh my gosh, I just met with so and so, which is the largest design company in all of Southwest Florida." And like they didn't do anything like this for me.
Mm.
You know? So I'm showing them what those finishes would look like because I can pull their floor plans and then I'm pulling and showing them all the other different design elements that we could use. And remember, I'm going to give this to you as a Canva template so that you can use it. And then what I'll do is, depending on what their sketches are, I'll go in and I'll hand select design boards. Like this one, for instance, had the pendants hanging. So then I went in and I searched our design boards that had hanging pendants, right? So this was something that they already had sketched up. But you can go in the platform and you can look through and find something similar to most. We have so many in there. We can usually find something. And remember, all of these design boards can be customized in Canva. So you can download all of our boards as a PDF file. You can then upload that PDF file into Canva. When you upload that file into Canva, all those items become individual items and you can modify that design board. So if someone says to you, "I don't like that granite, I don't like that pendant, I don't like that faucet," no problem. Let's look at the design boards and you tell me one that you do like, and then we can just modify that board. And
Is there a training on just that?
there is. Katie, can you post it in our comments? It's on our
Yes.
YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yep. So, but it's very easy to use. It's super easy. It's one of the ways we designed our design boards is that they could be easily modified for you guys. But remember, when you're working with a builder, you want to determine the style first. Once you determine the style, then you keep the entire style the same. So you're if they choose modern kitchen, then go with modern family room, modern office, modern living room. Try and stay within that same family. So that way it just keeps it really easy for you all. And the best part about it is you can do it through mid-construction. I know so many builders that are like, "Oh my gosh, if I could just get my specs under contract before completion, it would just save us," right? So ChatGPT hasn't caught up a ton right now. So a lot of these renderings we are having to do, but you can submit those for us to do. But we can, if you give us floor plan and mid-construction and the design board, we can create the full rendering for you. Okay. And these are very, very helpful. So like, for instance, there's a luxury builder in town that I'm trying to go after right now. And he's got 3 specs that are not finished that are on the market. So the other day, I just went in there and started taking pictures because I'm going to send them renderings of what it's going to look like, renovate what it's going to look like finished to show them the power of me listing it. Because right now, the current person that has it on the market, all they have is just the rendering of the front. There's nothing on the interior. Well, how's most of my buyers, aren't here right now. So how's a buyer going to pick this property when there's nothing visual on the inside? We know the statistics, 81% of people don't have vision, but as an agent, I've given you all the easy solution to create the vision, right? We just have to utilize the tools to be able to do that. And Megan, that's something great for you. I know PJ and Jen, you can go into MLS and you can look and see what's new construction right now. You can look up those new constructions. You can see what's not complete. You can go do drive-bys and you can snap some photos and you could start a whole campaign that way.
Yeah. So are you trying to reach like the GC
No,
on the
you want
job?
the builder hires the GC. You want the decision maker, which is usually the builder.
Okay. Um,
The GC might be the
got it.
gatekeeper to the builder, though.
Yeah. Okay. I just the on this side of Florida, you have Lennar, Holiday, Ryan Home. I mean, so I don't know what the chances are of getting in with that kind of builder.
I just got in with
N-
Mattamy. They're one of the largest ones in the country.
Okay.
You're pretty awesome though.
Well, I mean, all of y'all can be pretty awesome. You have the same tools I have.
Well, yeah, definitely worth a shot trying to reach those individuals for sure.
A lot of it is it's not by phone, it's by person. So a lot of it is, one of the things, Megan, that we do is, go buy those new constructions and say, listen, I just want to take a look. I'm in the area. I design homes for our clients, and I want us to kind of see your design style. You can pivot into that relationship with them on that way. And while you're in there, you can say, hey, do you guys have any properties that aren't moving yet that are mid-construction? Would you like to give you some visual perspectives of what it would look like complete so that way buyers that are coming in could have a better perspective on the property? And the answer is going to be yes. And then the next thing is if any of those buyers are looking at these properties, would you be open to giving me the opportunity to have a conversation with them if they're thinking about selling their property? Because what I'm doing here, I can also do when it comes to on the list side as well.
Okay.
The
Question.
reason why, yeah, one more thing. The reason why builders love me is the number one problem that builders have is they hate selling properties to buyers when they know that it's going to be contingent on the sale of another house.
Mm.
And they want to hire someone that's creative, that has solutions that's going to help get that other property sold. Because if that property doesn't close, it is a big red line on the builder side. So they want agents to refer to that's going to be creative in the solution on the sold side as well. This is almost like your foot in the door for the list opportunity. Go ahead, Beth. Sorry.
So I was just going to say, from the agent perspective, so you use this as a way to get in the door to be a listing agent for them and to provide value to them. You don't do this as a charge. It is just a way to get the listings, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And if they're under contract for a new construction home and they want our assistance on furnishing that new construction property, then they hire my design company to do it.
Okay. Okay.
So
And what does that
say I
fee look
delivered
like?
what?
What does that fee look like?
So it's usually about $175 an hour.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or it's per square foot. So we're anywhere from $8 to $12 a square foot.
Okay.
That doesn't include the cost of the furniture.
Right.
Yeah,
That's just the services.
correct. Yep. So sometimes these people, you give them all the design boards. They're like, this is great. I have the click to purchase solution, but I don't want to do any of this. I don't want to do the ordering. I don't want to do the install. If it's something's got to be put together, I don't want to do that. What is it going to be to manage it? Right.
Right.
So in that situation, that's where the $8 to $12 a square foot usually comes into play. Like I have a $10 million house right now on 8,000 square foot that I'm managing, and I'm
Mhm.
charging them $12 a square foot.
Yeah, because that makes sense. Because, like I said, in the way of like the short term rentals, I have clients all over the country and they literally can't manage it. Um,
All you need
so
is a handyman.
yeah, I agree. Well, my
You
husband's
know?
actually a builder, but he does commercial.
Yeah.
I would like to get him out of working for somebody else and do us, but not happening right now. But yes, that's a really good way, because I feel like in a lot of cases they would want me to just do everything, get the deliveries, take it, do it, like set it up. And I really don't know how to charge. Like, is it just like a $3,000 fee? So
So
I like that.
So I do it in installments. So how I do it is they wire my design entity. So we're going down a rabbit hole right now, but I'm just gonna
Sure.
go along with you on this rabbit hole.
I appreciate it.
So here's my real estate company. Here's my design entity. My client is going to wire money to my design entity. My design entity is going to be the one that purchases all of the product. So what I do is I get a third of the money, right? Um, up front. That's going to help me with the purchasing. I get another third of the money when furniture is arriving, and I get another third of the money when we're finished. But everything is done through wires into my design entity, and then we handle it that way. Okay. So, I mean, if that's something you guys want to do, I mean, we could spend another hour on just that. Well, probably like 5 hours on just that. But there's huge profit to be made. The one job that I'm doing right now, at the end of the day, he'll probably wire about 330,000 to me because we're doing some renovations and some furnishing. And I want to say my profit is about 85,000 of that.
Yeah, I would love, love, love if you like um did something like going down that rabbit hole specifically, because that's basically what I'm looking to do.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
So my background is commercial office furniture, like space planning, like on the commercial side. So it's, a little bit different on the residential side. But yeah, the furniture markups are crazy. So yeah, make that money.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, and it's funny because, this is a $10 million house, but a lot of the furniture is sourced from City Furniture, and like,
yeah,
he doesn't care. He didn't
right,
know. All he cares is that it looks good, right?
right.
it's
Yeah.
the same way for the short-term rentals. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you can get stuff, my accessories, my mirrors, they're all Wayfair.
mm-hmm.
I put my Wayfair stuff up next to my Restoration Hardware stuff, and you can't tell the difference.
Hmm.
Right.
So why am I going to order Restoration Hardware when I can get Wayfair and I can get that profit? I just give them the estimate of what it's going to be. They don't care about where the source brands are from. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
As long as the look is the same. So once we determine the hard furnishes, that's when I sit down and I do the soft furnish selections. Usually I can usually get all this in one 45-minute consultation. Sometimes it's overwhelming for people to do it all in once. So you might need to break it up into 2 meetings. With people, it depends on how decisive they are. I'm a very decisive person. I can be like, yes, 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 no. But some people have to like, oh, can you print that out for me? Can I analyze that time? So if
Mm-hmm.
that's the case, you might need to break it into 2 appointments with people. And then this is where, I always show to, all of my builders when I have a finished design concept for a spec. Like for instance, I have a luxury property right now, and I delivered this to them to show them the ideas of what I would have to furnish a very coastal spec property. And you guys, this took me 5 minutes. I just download these boards out of our platform in the luxury section. So
I
those
mean, in many cases, they probably don't even care to see the renderings as long as they see this style, correct?
correct. The
Yeah.
renderings are for the buyers, not the builders.
Okay.
Builders have vision, buyers do not. Okay? So
Right.
it's more for the buyers. Um, this is when I go through and I discuss with them, whoops, sorry, on the physical stage side. So if they want to, this is just an example. If someone wants to take the design boards and bring them to life in the property, this is where I'll show them kind of other stages that I've done. So, because some builders are saying, I love that you can do the virtual renderings, but once the property's complete and if it's not sold, can you take that and you can physically stage it? And the answer is always yes. And then I show some examples of that for them as well. And that's usually part of my builder presentation. So if you've done any actual physical staging, I recommend that you put that in there because if a property hasn't sold, the builders usually they might want to physically do it as well. Like this week, you should see my real estate office looks like a furniture showroom because we have 3 luxury stages this week and I have furniture like piled everywhere. But it's because we're doing full installs this week, right? These are people that want a full, complete stage on their properties. And all my inventory's in, and I had to purchase for the property. Another thing I like to show people is, if you're doing the main bathroom, is I like to show them what that design board's going to look like. And then I like to show them the furniture that's associated with that design board right underneath it. So you can see here, these are 2 design boards within our platform that I went ahead and put them right next to each other so that they showed the beautiful design, right? And then all I did was go through and match up. You can see there were 2 mirrors and a pendant. So I sourced our design boards with mirrors and a pendant. Okay. And this is just a light fixture that goes over the bathtub. You don't see that in here. So these are all within the platform for you to download. And then I do the secondary bedrooms as well. And then I show them the power of never selling. This is something I tell people all the time. When it comes to new construction, do you show up to show a new construction property naked?
No.
No. So why in the world would you spend so much time building a new construction property and put that sucker on the market naked? It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So
Yeah.
you have to do digital renderings or you have to do staging. Any real estate agent that wants to just throw up a naked piece of real estate online, they are literally hurting their clients. I always say listings are your resume. What you put out is what you get back. Do you want your resume to be a bunch of naked houses that are never going to sell? Right? So this is where I say if you take pride, if you take so much pride in your listings as if they're your home, that is how, I'm so busy right now. I don't even know what to do with myself with real estate. And I have so many of my agents that are so dead and getting out of real estate. Why do you think so many people are coming to me right now? Because of this.
Mm.
Right? It's because of this. It's because of I have a value proposition and I build the relationships. And those 2 things are the key to longevity in this business, right? Because I made this as a template for you guys, this is just for you. So I made a full template that I'm going to share with you all that you can take and modify this to your brand. Do you guys all want that Canva template link?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can put your information here and then it starts, but feel free to modify. Now you can use parts of this to go after builders. You can use parts of this to just work with buyers and sellers. But I wanted to go ahead and supply this for you all. I will go ahead and actually, since we're here right now, let me go ahead and go into that Canva right now and put that template link in there for you. So let's just do that. 1 second. I'm going to put it in our chat, okay? So you have it. Any questions for me? Any questions?
Mm.
Come on. I know I
So
gave a
for
lot of
yeah,
information today.
um, so for me being new in this business, I don't have a real estate license, but my husband did in Tennessee, but the I guess for me, it's just maybe a little bit different area, but that doesn't mean that people can't afford staging. So I've been looking online at listings that are like 100 days on the market and just reaching directly out to the agent, the listing agent, and just asking, like, you know, typically, like, what is the first decrease on, on pricing. And normally it's $10,000. Well, our staging is not $10,000. So it is just trying to, I guess, show the value of staging the home. We had a house, it was one of our testimonials. It it was on the market for a year. They took it off, we staged it, and they listed it and it sold in less than 30 days. So it's like, like you said, buyers just cannot visualize, oh, well, where would I, put that couch? They just can't visualize it. So I don't know if that's a good idea, like by looking at these listings and seeing, oh, well, they've been on the market for 100 days, you know.
It's so hard because you're going from it as just the staging, not trying to win the listing opportunity. It's already listed. So you're marketing yourself to other real estate agents that are not part of Jen and PJ's team to stage
Hmm.
their properties, right?
Correct. That's right.
Yeah. So I mean it can definitely done. I stage for a lot of real estate agents that aren't part of my real estate company. The thing is you have to have I mean, in my area, it's a relationship business. So what I would do for you is okay, what's the association that there for you? You need to get yourself networked and involved in the realtor association that's right there. If there's a real producer event, you need to go to those real producer events. If there's open houses that are vacant properties, you should go to those open houses to talk to the agents.
Okay.
That's what I would be putting on my to-do list versus just picking up the phone and calling. Because I'll tell you, I get so many of those calls, and before they even get a chance to tell me anything, I hang up on them. And it's not to be rude, but it's just because if I answered the phone and talked to everyone that called me, I would waste probably an hour and a half of my day, right?
Right.
And it's not to be, I always say, thank you, please take me off your list. Boom, that's it.
Yeah.
You got to build the relationship. But if you walked into my open house and you were engaging with me and you're like, oh, what if we did, have you thought about putting a sofa here and doing this and this? And that way the buyer can get that visual perspective of and that view is so beautiful. And can you imagine putting these cute little nesting chairs here with that? And maybe, doing a charcuterie board out. And if you started like having those, I would be like, okay, let's have a conversation.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what I've been doing is just going to brokerages and meeting agents, like just pulling doors.
Go
So
to open houses.
open houses. Okay. Got it.
Would anybody else agree with me on that? Find open houses where they're not staged
Okay.
and check to see how many listings know about that agent and their resume. Pull all of their listings. Go to homes.com is my favorite. I can look up everyone's production really easily. And I can say, okay, Beth is a $15 million agent. Lisa's a $25 million agent. She probably has more opportunities for me. I'm going to hit that open house before I hit these other people that have only done 3 million in production. You know
What
what I
did you
mean?
say
Like
it was?
what?
What did you say it was? iHomes.com.
Homes.com.
Oh, homes.com. Okay.
Homes.com is one of the easiest ways to look up people production. Or maybe for me, it's just user friendly. But I was focused on those open houses first.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I know, like for me, someone like I'm a gold mine to a staging company, right? Because I'm gonna have at least probably 3 to 5 stages a week, right? So that's all you could find one person that has
Hmm.
that much opportunity, and you're good.
Right.
You gotta,
Yeah.
but you gotta, those people are hard to get to. You just gotta network yourself to them.
Right.
Yeah. They're not gonna answer the phone call or that kind of thing.
Right.
Um, Anybody else? You guys got my template link, right?
Yes, I already opened them and start them on my computer to go back to them.
Okay, great. Yeah, modify that and share with us what you guys are doing. We have our private Facebook page. share with us like, hey, I'm going after this builder so we can like cheer you on, maybe say a little prayer for you.
Yeah.
Like keep us in the loop of what's going on. I want to build that community and help rally each other around each other on what we have going on.
I've been dying to get moving with this, and haven't because my daughter's still home. I've been doing tons of stuff. She had a bad horse riding accident last February and has been home ever since. So I literally try really busy real estate and trying to manage her all day, every day. So I'm hoping to get her back in school this week. We're
Oh, cool.
interviewing out of school. So I'm hoping and praying that it's the right thing. And then I can just focus more. Like it's
Yeah.
really hard managing and trying not to fail at one of them.
Oh, girl, I have two teenage girls.
Yeah, I
Let me
know.
tell you, it
It's
is
hard when, I mean, I have
big
four.
kids, big problems, is what they always say,
Yes, because
right?
my older three are in high school and college. So
Yeah.
yes, I have 9 to 19.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear you. Well, when you get started, let us know so we can be cheering you along.
Yeah, I'm absolutely dying to. So
And that's what I'm headed to do. I'm about to go get in car line to pick up my 15-year-old. So, that's how I roll.
I just bought my second car for my second daughter, which means that's less running for me. So
So this year is my last year with her not driving, and I realize how much I cherish car conversations. So I
100%.
will not allow anyone to pick my kids up anywhere because that is when I can have they're trapped like little rats in my car. I can understand what happened in their day. That's the only time they'll like engage, So
That's the biggest thing I miss. When they get their license, it's bittersweet. It's great with 4 kids. I mean, I'm constantly running, so it's great in that sense, but that is what I miss the most
yeah.
because I mean, they still come home and come into my room and talk to me and stuff like that. But I do miss that. That's very cherished time over the years.
Yeah. So I'm about to go get my 15 minutes of cherished Carline talk. So y'all have an awesome day. Thanks for joining me, and I hope
Thank
to see you
you.
Thank
again
you.
soon. Take
Thank
care.
you.